The Constitution of the United States came under debate as to whether it prohibited or acknowledged such barriers. In 1954, it was made clear by the Supreme Court that the Constitution guarantees equality for all. And so the great tests were made. Tests that brought mob disorder and violence to the South, and that required federal troops to ensure the admittance of Negro students into schools other than those reserved for Negroes only. Though the vast majority of the United States was in sympathy with the Negro, some of the citizens were not. Though the United States government supported the Negro, some of the separate state governments did not. And now, the test of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the last state of the Deep South to resist integration of schools. Once again, the governor of a southern state said, "No Negro shall be admitted to an otherwise white enrollment." And with the entire world as witness, judge, and jury, Tuscaloosa and history met on June the 11th, when 2 American Negroes expressed their desire to enroll at the University of Alabama. It was, in effect, a single defiant man holding with strength to the weak mores of the past against the Constitution, the government, and the will of the people of the United States, both Negro and white. With the protection of federal marshals, Vivian Malone and James Hood entered the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. There was no violence. The governor conceded. The law of the land was enforced by the government to protect 2 citizens. It was enforced so Vivian Malone and James Hood and anyone else would have the freedom to choose the school they would attend. This was not the end of race problems in the South, but the government and the people had made clear that the Negro is an equal citizen and is entitled to and shall get freedom of choice. Wherever free men live, their most sacred request, their most sacred right is for freedom of choice. To bypass all prejudice, to live as they want to live, to worship where they want to worship.